When a hurricane hits, every second counts. I'll show you how Louisiana responders are preparing right now using tools that help them get spatially prepared. Storm season is here, and emergency crews across Louisiana are getting ready. They're using detailed maps and real-time information to plan how they'll respond and where the help is most needed. Geospatial data goes far beyond maps. It's built into how emergency teams see and respond to the world around us.
Geospatial data is data that is related to each other, and it's data that's related to the surface of the earth. So if I'm looking at an image, the place that it's occurring is spatially located. So the ground, if there's a building there, the building, if I go inside the building, the room, if it's a classroom, if there are desks, each one of those are locked down to a position on the surface of the earth.
That data helps responders understand what's at risk, from the roads people drive on to the neighborhoods they need to evacuate.
We begin to look at infrastructure. We look at where the roadways are. We're going to look at moving people out of harm's way. And so those roadways and how they're interacted with others, and that way you know what's under construction at that point.
Yantis says many federal and state agencies now rely on this information to plan and coordinate ahead of a storm.
We refer to these people as our geospatial first responders. So you're talking FEMA, NASA, NOAA, USGS, Governor's Office of Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness, the Department of Transportation and Development, who have a play into responding to events here in Louisiana.
But it's not just before landfall. Satellite imagery also helps responders compare before and after conditions across the coast.
The geospatial data is used afterwards because we also track the receding water. We try to use the satellite data. We try to get a full coverage of the Gulf Coast area so that we then have a reference point of what things look like and what things were prior to an event making landfall.
As the water recedes, that same data supports rescue teams working in flooded zones, from command centers to boots on the ground.
The Guard and others can get high water vehicles into these areas once the water comes down to a certain point, because these are the ones who are familiar with how to use the data. They're pulling the data in, they're creating the maps and doing the analysis and things like that with the data to support the administrations that are actually running these programs and those people who are out in the field who are actually out there responding with the public. That training will continue June 5th and 6th at UL Lafayette's Geospatial First Responders Workshop. We've got info on how to register at KATC.com. Reporting in Lafayette Parish, I'm Joby Lagrange with KATC.